really rough.
I'm on the struggle bus, no doubt about
it's okay.
it. But
we're in it
look,
together.
had a great weekend, great
Good.
Christmas, so I got nothing to complain about.
Good. And we hope the same for many of you. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Now at 9:15. I tell you what, the last week, you and the weather team haven't been the bearer of good news, but this week, you guys get to be our heroes.
At least for a couple days. It's still cold outside this morning, but at least we're done with the hard freezes. So, a lot of people, we had the issues with the pipes as expected. We've had boil water advisories, all that stuff. So hopefully that news will start to get better here in the coming days. Cold's going to start to ease back and really going to warm up in a hurry. Outside right now, we do have a few high clouds streaming across. You can see those in the sky, but really pretty good looking Tuesday morning. It's a Sky 9 camera brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, but still, it's been a cold morning. Got down to 30 in Baton Rouge, so not a hard freeze, a light freeze this go around, but still, it was a freeze. So most spots near north of the interstates got that light freeze. Macomb even got down to 24, technically another hard freeze, but New Roads 27, and then south of I-10, most spots a little bit above freeze, and Gonzales just above at 33. Home at Patterson started out at 38. If you follow me on social media, you might have seen this graphic last night, but we had 4 straight hard freezes in Baton Rouge, 4 straight mornings with lows at or below 25. Monday was the last one yesterday, down to 25. But that's the first time we've had 4 straight hard freezes like that in Baton Rouge in almost 13 years. You have to go back to January of 2010, and it's only the 9th time on record at the airport. Records go back to 1930 at the airport, so you do the math on that, about 92 years of records, and so we average a run like this about once every 10 years. So certainly it's been some unusual cold over the last couple of days. Give me a second to clear this out and give you a look at, we're going to start giving you a look at what's ahead here. So it is going to stay cool outside today. Right now 42 Baton Rouge, and places like New Road still in the upper 30s at 39. We're looking for temperatures in the low 50s at noon today, mid to upper 50s. So that is still below normal on our temperatures, but not feeling bad by the afternoon. Good deal of sunshine with the mid to upper 50s. Now, we are going to be tracking some rain returning to the forecast, not the next couple of days. Today, tomorrow are going to be dry. Could get a few showers by Thursday, but Friday gets more active. Showers and some storms rolling in. Some of those could produce some locally heavy rain. And you might note I've got a 40% rain chance on Saturday, which is New Year's Eve. The good news there is I think even if we do have some rain, most of that during the first part of the day. So if you're headed out Saturday night to celebrate the New Year, I think we'll be fine. New Year's Day, Sunday is dry before good rain chances return early next week. Now, the Weather Prediction Center is already highlighting potential of some locally heavy rain on Friday, posting a level 2 out of 4, slight risk of flooding. This is kind of a low confidence thing. The models aren't real bullish on heavy rain for Friday. Kind of been bouncing around on the progression of a system. So just understand the potential is there. Not a high confidence thing. But we'll get some rain in here Friday, maybe a little bit of Saturday, and then more early next week. This is the 7-day rainfall outlook from the Weather Prediction Center. This takes us through daybreak next Tuesday. And look at the amounts. They're showing 2.5 to 4 inches of rain on average. And what I can tell you, I'll show you in a moment, there's more rain beyond Tuesday. So it gives you an idea. It looks like we're going to be headed back into a more active pattern. But again, if you're going to be out Saturday night ringing in the new year, I think we'll largely be okay and actually pretty comfortable. So if you head out for dinner, temperatures in the mid 60s, 6, 7 o'clock, slow fall through the 60s, low 60s, maybe around 60 at midnight. Not bad at all. Partly cloudy. I've got it dry. Winds will be light, so that should not be a major issue. So today, still cool, high of 57. Tomorrow morning, still cold in the 30s, but it'll at least be above freezing. But by tomorrow afternoon, here comes the warm up around 70, and then we've got highs in the 70s right on through the weekend into next week. Good rain chances Friday, good rain chances returning the early part of next week, and might even kind of linger deeper into next week. So we'll keep an eye on that, but also notice looks like for the most part, temperatures staying fairly mild once we get beyond today. Liz?
Mild is a word I like, Steve. That's what we can do in South Louisiana.
I'm all about it.
Listen, thanks, Steve. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. So on top of all your weather headlines, we're also following a lot of your news headlines, which is the winter storm across the entire nation, affecting a lot of the travel plans for people trying to get back to where they were before the holidays, right? So this morning, we're checking with all the Louisiana airports, and we are noticing a couple of delays out of MSY and BTR. So actually, within the last 20 minutes, we've been looking at BTR because we noticed a couple of flights were actually delayed from this morning. So we've got some flights. We've got an American flight that's headed to Dallas from Baton Rouge. That was supposed to leave at 5:50, now delayed to 9. So we're waiting to see if it actually took off 20 minutes ago or if it didn't. I'm sure if we refresh the page here, we can actually see whether it has, because there were 3 delayed flights earlier, and we saw that one had actually taken off, but the other flight was to Atlanta that was showing an issue taking off here, and it was delayed by a little bit. Well, technology doesn't work when you want it to, but there we go. Okay, so we've got another delay from Atlanta. It's supposed to leave at 10:25, now leaving at 10:45. It shows that American flight that was supposed to leave earlier this morning still delayed. It was supposed to leave about 10 minutes ago. So we're still tracking some of those, 2 of those out of BTR, but out of New Orleans, MSY, a lot of those Southwest flights that we've been talking about have been canceled. So this is not only due to winter weather, but that's also because of flight crews. Not enough people to man those flights, pilots, staffing shortages, all playing an issue in all of these cancellations. At last check, we were told about 91 canceled flights out of MSY and a ton of delays. So if you happen to be flying out or you have a loved one that's flying out to try to get back home, go ahead and check your flight status before you even make your way to the airport, because once you're there, you might get stuck there for quite some time. Even if the weather is looking nice here, it depends where they're going out to that might be the issue. So we're still tracking all of that across the nation. We're also tracking some of your local headlines, which include this. We were notified by state police about a deadly head-on collision in Ascension Parish. We're told that this happened around 3:30 Monday afternoon in Gonzales. It happened off of Airline Highway near South Prepara Avenue, if this kind of gives you a clue as to where it happened. We're told 2 women actually collided after one person was swerving in and out of a lane there on Airline Highway. They were driving north in a Nissan Frontier, and then at the same time, a 2020 Chevy Equinox was headed south. And they found that one of the drivers was veering off the roadway, swerving, crossing the median, and then that's when they crashed into another driver. And the driver that was killed was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. State police is taking toxicology reports, trying to figure out if alcohol or any kind of impairment played a factor here. But the person responsible for this crash charged with multiple things, including negligent homicide and I believe negligent homicide, negligent injuring, and careless operation. So again, this happened less than 24 hours ago, so state police is still investigating exactly what happened here. Again, whether impairment played a factor in this crash, but one person killed in that crash in Gonzales out of Ascension Parish, and that other driver, the surviving driver, treated for minor injuries while those charges are pending. Okay, let's talk about something good. Let's talk about something that could impact you, one of the many people watching this morning. You could wake up tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, as a millionaire. Tonight is the Mega Millions jackpot drawing. So on Friday, nobody happened to have the lucky numbers for Friday night's drawing. So tonight, the jackpot has increased to $565 million. So if you opt to take the cash value, you could be $293 million richer. All you have to do is pick all the right numbers for Mega Millions, and then you're there. So just use this as a reminder to go ahead and get your tickets today before the drawing happens, I believe at 10 p.m. tonight. And just know, since the Mega Millions started, I believe in 2002, there have been a lot of cash prizes. There have been a $500 million Mega Millions winning jackpot since 2002. So again, you could wake up tomorrow and be a mega millionaire, $293 million richer. So keep that in mind. Jordy could be a mega millionaire tomorrow. We just have to check in with him later this week and find out. He called what we're looking at in Louisiana a sports gumbo of sorts. He says that with the LSU facing off in the Purdue, the Boilermakers, in the Citrus Bowl, next Sunday, and then, or Monday actually, and then we've got the Saints winning, the Pels winning. We're in a good place here in Louisiana. And so today he had a couple of folks on previewing the LSU game with Purdue, talking about the Saints. If you'd like to watch that in full, you can watch that on WAFB Plus. That's going to be ready for you right around noon our time. And all throughout this week, he's going to be featuring some important conversations, talking about this cornucopia, the sports gumbo, as he called it this morning.
Sports gumbo summed it up pretty well. Yeah, lots going
like
on right now.
Lots of exciting times, Steve. We need hope. We need something to cling on to here.
Well, the Pels for sure, exciting.
Yeah.
LSU, has overachieved this year, so we'll take it.
All right, let's keep it going. So before we go here on a Tuesday, we want to leave you something to smile with. And we've got a couple of good and weird videos. I don't know what to call this one, but this was spotted actually at an NBA game yesterday.
Back here at FTX, and what is that?
What is your take on this, Steve? Is it a dog? Is it a Pikachu? What is it?
It's a dog at you.
I don't think that dog signed off on that paint job.
It is a dog at you.
Was that Pikachu?
That's
something else. Back here at FTX, and what is that?
This was actually in Miami. So this was the game, Minnesota taking on Miami Heat last night in Miami. And an unusually dressed fan showed up at the game here. I didn't know dogs were allowed.
Well, that was going to be my next.
That is
that's
something else. Back here at FTX, and what is that? What in the world?
If you're getting in with the service animal that looks like that, do you think at the gate the door person would let you in and not question
on that paint job?
I just don't even know where to start.
Is that Pikachu? That is something else.
Commitment.
Back here at FTX, and what is that?
He's like, okay, you got me here with all these people. I'm already decked out in all this yellow, looking like a Pokemon.
I don't think that dog signed off on that paint job.
Yeah.
All right, Liz, I've known you a number of years now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do you have any moves? You like to get out and dance a little bit?
Only if someone teaches me a choreographed move, but I'm not good like freestyle. Are you?
Well, no.
You thought about it. I feel like you would have
Will
some
I get
moves.
out there at like a wedding reception or
Yeah?
something? His little liquid current? Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get out there, but no, not good at all.
Bust a move, Steve.
Not good at all.
Okay.
Don't do the line dances there. All right. Well, you won't catch me in a dance off, but there was one that broke out kind of an unusual place. Maybe you wouldn't expect to see this. So check this out. Teacher having a dance off. This was at Sumner High School. This is in Florida.
Okay.
So this was a young student initiating a dance battle, and his turn with a clap, a move which is interpreted as a challenge, of course. And the teacher not hesitating, jumping right on in. Look at that. And this was posted online by the school's assistant principal, who said her 8th graders are having a well-deserved exam dance break.
Look at her.
The kids are loving it too.
Oh, showing off some old school moves and getting it.
Yes, indeed.
Some people on the internet said that they think the teacher was holding back a little bit to not, show up the 8th grader.
I think she is. You can see she's ready to go.
She's like a popper. Pop, lock and drop it? I don't know. Is popping big in your era? Was that the thing? I don't know. What was the dance style of your generation?
Oh, don't even ask. Not good.
Listen, you get with this teacher, and I feel like you could totally initiate a dance
it's like the
battle.
Running Man.
That's cool. That's making a comeback, right?
I guess so.
Listen, you get into a dance battle at Costco next time, and you let me know how that goes.
A dance battle at Costco?
Yeah, I feel like that would be the place, right?
Really?
Yeah.
That
would be the
that's
place.
not where I was envisioning.
Oh, well, we talked about unlikely places that this stuff would happen.
Yeah.
So at a school, maybe at work. I don't know.
I just love that teacher. She's like, okay, young man, I see what you got.
Right.
Just wait a second.
Let me show you up, kid.
Right.
More of that. More of that good in the world. Speaking of good, I mean, that's not, but this is. Look at this.
At least the next couple of days, not so bad.
Yeah.
And even the good news here is as we deal with some rain, kind of heading into the weekend, Saturday night, New Year's Eve, right now looks okay. So if you're going to be out Saturday night, be okay. Friday, though, rain, and more rain to come early next week.
We'll track all of it. Thanks for joining us here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Make the most of every moment together in a 3-row Mazda CX-9. Find yours during the season of inspiration.
Make no payments for 90 days on a new CX-9 during the season of inspiration at Team.